OnlyFans still belong to me. Got my money up, living on my dream. Smacking all these hoes, spread my energy. Say she got a man, don't feel her needs. Bad little bitch cold, made a nigga freeze.
What's good, everybody? I'm Brandon. Today I'm about to do a video from Watch WWE. These are the 10 funniest botches WWE doesn't want you to see. Y'all requested it, don't trip you now, I got y'all. Yeah, some people was like, hey man, do more WWE videos. Just stop. Just don't only do the top 10s. Do something else. I was about to do top 10 NXT. But then I saw somebody say that and I'm like, you right. So I got this video instead. Yeah. Do I have anything else to say? I mean, have a great day. Live your life. You know what I'm saying? Try to enjoy life. You only have one life to live. Let's hop on into it.
Incredible. Nia able to stop Rousey from locking in the armbar and drove the challenger down.
Oh,
look at Ronda Rousey.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications. And once you're done, leave a comment down below, and I just might end up responding. Professional wrestlers in WWE are the best at what they do. Sometimes. Even the best of the best occasionally make mistakes, which leads to some unintentionally funny moments. Let's check out some of those. I'm D Wicket, and here's 10 hilarious WWE botches that they don't want you to see. Number 10, Rey Mysterio 619's MVP.
Alright, does he?
The Royal Rumble often has a number of in-ring returns taking place, with the legends of the business even making a one-off appearance just for the heck of it. At this year's Royal Rumble, MVP made his return to in-ring action for WWE after leaving the promotion back in 2010. His return was brief, with him quickly being dumped out of the ring by an irate Brock Lesnar, but it was still pretty cool to see him back in the promotion. The next night on Raw, he took on the master of the 619, Rey Mysterio, in a singles match. While the match itself was okay, people only talk about this hilariously botched finish that did a massive disservice to two of WWE's most storied performers. In the final sequence of the match, Mysterio set MVP up for the 619, but there was clearly a miscommunication between the two superstars. MVP got up
Randy Orton's so extra, you see that shit?
Which resulted in
Okay, my fault. Listen, I'm little in the clouds, but me just seeing that was
final
hilarious.
Sequence of the match, Mysterio set MVP up for the 619, but there was clearly a miscommunication between the two superstars. MVP got up instead of staying in position on the second rope, which resulted in Mysterio pretty much missing the move and just touching MVP in the back, so he sold the move anyway. But it didn't end there, with Mysterio hitting MVP with a splash on the back before flipping him over and picking up the pinfall victory. Mysterio seemed shocked and even asked the referee if it was a 2 count or not. The entire sequence was a complete disaster, in addition to being absolutely hilarious.
Here we go! No, look! Oh!
He really did poke that nigga in the back with it.
Number 9, Montez Ford's hype gets the better of him. The Street Profits are one of the most energetic tag teams in the history, probably, of all of WWE.
Maybe.
With Montez
my boy
Ford
Dooley super hype.
Already well known for being the team's hype man since being called up to Raw, Ford has made a habit of dancing with babies, shaking the ropes like the Ultimate Warrior, and randomly screeching stuff at the camera with a crazy look in his eye. On the March 30th episode of Monday Night Raw, the Street Profits, along with Kevin Owens, took on the team of Angel Garza, Austin Theory, and Seth freaking Rollins in a 6-man tag team matchup. As is the case with pretty much every tag team match, it was only a matter of time before all hell broke loose. With everyone pretty much out of commission, Ford got to his knees in the ring, looked at the camera, thumped his chest, and yelled, WrestleMania! Before hitting Austin Theory with a massive splash outside the ring. But, there was obviously some slight miscommunication, and Ford completely missed Austin Theory, instead of landing back first on the ramp with a resounding thud.
WrestleMania! How can he not be fired up with Montez? Look out! Oh,
he completely missed
Number
him.
8, Cesaro has a little bit of trouble getting out of the ring. WWE Crown Jewel.
I like Montez Ford though. He is kind of hilarious. How amped up he be.
Unfortunately.
But it's cool though.
Despite all public negativity, it doesn't seem like WWE's getting out of this deal with Saudi Arabia. To appease the people pumping millions of dollars into the promotion, WWE usually has a number of legends make an appearance at these events. Though, it rarely works out. In addition to pretty much every 50-year-old wrestling at the event, WWE also dusts off Mansoor and has him take on one of the promotion's workhorses at the event. The Saudi Arabian wrestler certainly has a fair amount of potential, but he is still pretty green in the ring. So it makes sense that over the last couple of years, WWE has paired him against the likes of Dolph Ziggler and Cesaro. At Crown Jewel last year, Mansoor predictably defeated Cesaro at the event, and while the match itself was pretty good, it was most fondly remembered from a pretty funny Cesaro botch. Halfway through the match, Mansoor hit the Swiss Cyborg with a dropkick to knock him out of the ring, but Cesaro got caught up in the ropes and ended up just sort of bouncing back and forth for a couple of seconds before he eventually found his way to the outside.
Alright, so
up over the top. Cesaro rolls through. Drop kick by Mansoor. And Cesaro bounces to the outside.
Number
you
7,
so extra.
Paul.
Listen, man, when you do a botch, bro, you gotta just make the best of it.
Before he
Still
eventually
do
found his
something
way
that's
to the
realistic.
outside.
He should have bounced and just like
Cesaro rolls through. Drop kick by Mansoor. And Cesaro and bounces to the outside.
Number 7.
he should have
Paul
like bounced
Heyman
and just
drops
like
his
fell back
correct
inside
briefcase. WWE
and let
has
the homie
dropped
push
ball
him out
with
or
the winner
something,
of
like,
the
you
men's
feel me?
Money in the Bank briefcase winner over the
Alright,
last
let's see
few
the next
years.
one.
Back in 2017, Baron Corbin won, and he failed to cash in his briefcase successfully. Just like Braun Strowman the next year. Then in 2019, Brock Lesnar, of all people, came out of absolutely nowhere to win the briefcase, even though he was one of the most protected stars in the company and not in the match. Over the next few months, he repeatedly teased a cash-in on Universal Champion Seth Rollins.
I remember this
2019
last year.
Super Showdown opened with Seth Rollins defending his championship against Baron Corbin. After picking up a hard-fought victory, Corbin laid out the champion with an end of days, which brought the beast out. With a cash-in just seconds away, Paul Heyman, of all people, tripped on the rope as he entered the ring, dropping the briefcase in the process. This distracted Lesnar, which allowed Rollins to hit him with a low blow, attack him with a steel chair, and lay him out with a stomp. The contract was never cashed in because of Heyman's little tumble, with WWE proving that it would go to any lengths to tease a cash-in, but not actually have it happen.
Brock Lesnar could not pick a more opportune time. Universal.
Oh my God, Heyman's so excited he gripped up. Blow by Rollins.
Number 6.
Wait, so what if that wasn't a botch then? What if that was part
Baron
of it?
Corbin's entire King of the Ring gimmick is...
You see what I'm saying? If he wasn't supposed to cash in, because clearly you said he didn't cash in. Seth Rollins ended up hitting him with a curb stomp, beating him with a chair, and all of that. So clearly that's part of the storyline. See what I'm saying? So maybe this wasn't a botch. Maybe this is what was supposed to happen.
Oh my God, Heyman's so excited he gripped up.
See what I'm saying?
Number
Maybe
6,
that's what's supposed to happen.
The King comes falling down. Baron Corbin's entire King of the Ring gimmick has really overstayed its welcome, but back in
Facts.
October,
I
he was
hated that
still
for
one
so
of the
long,
hottest
bro.
heels in the company.
I hated that
During a
for so
match
long.
on an episode of Raw in October, Randy Orton was joined by King Corbin at the top of the ramp. Corbin, who is obviously wrestling royalty, was seated in a throne with the Viper standing next to him. Corbin's throne, which should have been forged from the purest of gold, actually fell apart during a commercial break. Credit to Corbin, he stayed in character the entire time and went and spoke to Jerry the King Lawler at the announce table while Orton cracked up in the background. It was an absolutely hilarious moment which took place during a commercial break, but luckily, audience members were on hand to record the moment for our viewing pleasure.
Okay, I was about to say, how did you see it?
Number 5, the devil's favorite demon loses his mask. The Brothers of Destruction reunited to take on DX at Crown Jewel in 2018. The match was a big deal because it marked Shawn Michaels' first match since retiring at WrestleMania 26. It was also a bad deal because Shawn Michaels was coming out of retirement since WrestleMania 26. For years, fans thought the Heartbreak Kid would be one of the few wrestlers who actually stayed retired, but that fat paycheck just comes along with performing at Saudi Arabia was too enticing to pass up on. The match itself was a botch-filled disaster. Not only did Taker and Kane look completely out of shape, but Triple H also tore his pec during the match, and Shawn Michaels just narrowly escaped breaking his neck after a botch dive to the outside of the ring. One of the most memorable moments of the match had Michaels and Kane both on the top of the turnbuckle. Michaels was hitting Kane with multiple strikes to the face, but one errant punch saw him accidentally yank off Kane's mask and wig. Kane immediately fell to the floor clutching his face, while commentators claimed that Michaels literally punched the mask off of Kane's head. Sort of.
Right to the ribs. And now Kane. Shawn Michaels hit Kane so hard that...
Number 4, Black Mass misses by a mile.
He was
Aleister
about
Black
to say,
took on Lars Sullivan.
he was about to say, Shawn Michael hit him so hard that his mask fell off. I'm
in
dead.
a sort of hard-hitting match for the NXT
Come on, this is my brother right here, though.
Over Chicago too.
You can't be having
Even
these
though Black
botches,
was
my
one
guy.
of the most
No, I'm
intimidating
kidding. It's all
strikers
good.
on the Golden
But let me
Black
see what my
brand,
brother
it
from
looked
another
like the
mother
Freak
did.
had the advantage thanks to his sheer size and power. However,
Okay.
Black managed to defend his title in what was a pretty good match, except for one glaring botch. Sullivan turned his back to Black as the champion whipped out a black mass, which caused him to completely miss the kick. Regardless, the Freak sold the move about 5 seconds too late and fell to the canvas.
5
with Black getting
seconds
a
too
2
late.
count.
I gotta see this.
Oh!
Oh my God! Why y'all do my boy like that? That's my boy. Y'all know Aleister Black is my
Seconds too
guy.
late and fell to the canvas with Black getting a 2 count.
Look at Aleister Black. And
It's all good, Aleister. You still my guy.
Number 3, the most confused man on earth. The
I remember this.
almighty Bobby Lashley
Yeah,
accidentally became famous on the internet when
The
he
big
started
buff,
doing the
bald-head black
rounds
homie.
as the most confused man on planet Earth. People began posting videos of Lashley seemingly extremely confused in the ring. One of the most hilarious examples of this saw Lashley unable to understand what his teammates Drew McIntyre and Baron
remember this.
Corbin needed him to do. With
And they
McIntyre
were-
holding Kurt Angle in place and Corbin
like-
with the steel steps set up, Lashley just walked between both men as they pointed to each other, telling the big man what to do. It took Lashley almost 30 seconds to figure out what
30
he needed
seconds?
to do
It
before the
ain't that
trio
long.
drove Angle into the steps.
Corbin's got the steel ring stairs all lined up.
Like next level brutality.
Number 2, Jinder Mahal gets taken down by a phantom whisper in the wind. Jeff Hardy defended his United States Championship
see
against
this.
Jinder Mahal at the greatest Royal Rumble in 2018. Mahal managed to pull off one of WWE's most memorable
Remember?
botches in a 6-minute match. That is true talent. Hardy
Remember
climbed to
they
the top
pushed
rope
Jinder
and attempted to
Mahal
hit
heavy,
Mahal with
and
a
he was a
whisper
champ
in
for a
the
little
wind.
bit, and then he just
However,
completely
he
fell off?
failed to make contact and landed flat on the canvas.
Oh
Mahal,
my
though, the
God.
absolute legend that he is, sold the move, despite being about a foot away from Jeff Hardy. To make matters worse, Hardy actually went for the cover instead of doing damage control. This easily could have been the biggest botch of the night had it not been for Titus O'Neil's epic slide under the ring.
Oh, that was
Already
the same
powering
night?
through, going up top. And a whisper in the wind, nobody home.
Why would you fall?
I don't think Jeff Hardy connected at all.
And number
Why would
1,
you fall?
Ronda Rousey takes a tumble. Ronda Rousey had a dominant run as the Raw Women's Champion before eventually losing the gold to Becky Lynch in the main event of
She
WrestleMania
did for a little bit.
35.
Ronda
the
Rousey
baddest
was a
woman on the
beast.
planet defended her title against Nia Jax at Money in the Bank 2018 in what was one of the toughest title defenses of her reign. About 3 minutes in, Rousey tries to lock Jax in an armbar, but the irresistible force powered out of the move by lifting Rousey up and slamming her to the canvas. Rousey somehow makes it to her feet before her opponent, but loses her balance and stumbles out of the ring through the ropes. It was unclear if Rousey
shit, that
was
was
just
low-key fire.
selling the impact of being slammed to the mat, or if it was a botch. Fans seemed confused, and commentators didn't know what to make of the entire situation either.
Incredible. Nia able to stop Rousey from locking in the armbar and drove the challenger down.
Oh, this is the one that we saw in the beginning.
Rousey.
And those are 10
Alright, this was a good video by Watch WWE. These were some hilarious botches. I like the fact that he gave the whole fucking, I want to say backstory, but I don't know why I want to say backstory. But anyway, he gave the whole scenario of what was going on and, you know, what the significance of the botch was. Shout out to you for doing that, my guy. I just thought this was going to be like hilarious botches that we watch. But you gave the whole scenario, the whole backstory. You let us know exactly what was going on. That put everything into perspective. You know what I'm saying? So this was a good little video. Thank y'all so much for requesting it, man. I'm going to see y'all next time. Everybody have a great weekend.